plain as day, is an English idiom used to describe something that is extremely obvious, unmistakably clear, or so easy to understand that it leaves little to no room for doubt, often suggesting that the truth or meaning is visible in such a direct way that anyone observing the situation carefully should be able to recognize it, without needing further explanation or interpretation. The phrase is rooted in the natural clarity associated with daylight, a time when sunlight illuminates the environment and allows objects, details, and movements to be seen with sharp definition, unlike nighttime conditions where darkness can obscure or distort perception. And this comparison reinforces the idea that the matter being described is as clear and undeniable as something viewed under bright daylight. In everyday conversation, people use plain as day to emphasize situations where the reality seems self-evident, such as when a person's emotions are clearly expressed through facial expressions, tone of voice, or behavior, or when the outcome of an event appears so predictable that it surprises others that anyone might interpret it differently, or fail to notice what seems immediately apparent. The idiom is often used not only to communicate certainty, but also to express frustration or disbelief, particularly when one person feels that something is completely obvious while others do not acknowledge it, implying that the issue is not a lack of clarity, but rather a failure of attention, understanding, or willingness to accept what is clearly in front of them. Despite its strong implication of clarity, the phrase is inherently subjective, because what appears plain as day to one individual may not be equally obvious to another, as people's interpretations are shaped by their prior knowledge, cultural background, personal experiences, and even emotional state, all of which influence how they perceive and evaluate the same situation. The expression is widely used across both informal and semi-formal contexts, making it a versatile and accessible part of everyday English, and its vivid imagery allows speakers to convey confidence and emphasis without needing complex language, which is why it remains a popular choice in both spoken and written communication when clarity needs to be highlighted. Additionally, plain as day can sometimes carry a persuasive or rhetorical function, as speakers may use it to strengthen their argument or position by presenting their viewpoint as unquestionably clear, even when others might reasonably disagree, which demonstrates how language can be used not only to describe reality, but also to influence how others perceive it. In conclusion, plain as day is a vivid and enduring idiom that draws on the universal experience of daylight to convey a strong sense of clarity and obviousness, while also revealing how human perception, interpretation, and context can shape whether something truly appears as clear and undeniable as it seems, reminding us that even the most seemingly obvious truths may still depend on perspective, awareness, and openness to understanding.